Hey everyone, this is Daryl, aka The D from the Simply Incredible podcast, and tonight I'm going over WWE Extreme Rules from Newark, New Jersey. We started with the pre-show. We had the Dudley Boys come out, and they kind of cut a promo on New Jersey, how they were ripping New Jersey pretty good. They was also ripping the new talent coming in, and that was kind of a theme of the night, kind of newer talent versus established talent in some of these matches. And Big Cass come out from Big Cass and Enzio, which I love that tag team. And Enzio, get back quick, man. Love hearing him cut a promo with him and Big Cass. It kind of reminds me of old school Road Dogg Jesse James and the badass Billy Gunn. It has that kind of dynamic, but Big Cass is pretty good on the mic too. I mean, he was dropping the verbal beatdown on the Dudley Boys pretty good. And then he got in the ring with them, and the Dudley Boys attacked him. It was all said and done. Big Cass got the better end of that deal and just, walked out and called them soft. SAWFT. Oh, that was pretty good. It was pretty sweet. But I really enjoyed that. I'm not going to lie about it. Next, we had uh, Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler. And this was in the only match they had in the pre-show, unless I missed something, but I don't think I did. And I thought that was a pretty decent match. I really think that Corbin, I'm liking what he's doing, but I still think he needs a little bit more. I almost felt like he needed a little bit more in NXT, but there's a time to move forward, and I still think he's just a little bit off still. Ziggler, you know what you're going to get with Ziggler. You're going to get a ton of energy, a ton of bumps, some good high flying, and he's going to get his tail whooped a little bit and still find a way to come back. Baron Corbin got the win. I was actually a little bit surprised at that. I didn't think he was going to get that this time, but he got the win. Like I say, solid match, not great. Then the main card started. We started off with a tornado tag team match. I did not know what that meant. Because tornado tag team match, which means everybody, it's a free for all. Everyone gets, all four guys are in, and everyone gets pinned. The team is the win. The team is the winner. It was Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson versus the Usos. Gallows and Anderson got the win. Good action. To me, nothing great, but good action in it. I kind of expected this to win because you see Gallows and Anderson, they're getting that push with AJ Styles, but you also see the Usos starting to get that push also with Roman Reigns. So, and the Usos have they've been to that top. I would like to see them back up there again. I don't know if they're going to make it all the way back. I hope they do. Good tag team. Gallows and Anderson, I can see them going on to tag team titles as well. That tag team group is really starting to build back up again, and I'm glad it is. I've always been a big fan of the tag teams. But good match, good match. Next, the U.S. Championship match. We had Kalisto versus Rusev. And for the, fifth, maybe sixth time in a row, I keep asking, why is Kalisto the champion? And why does he keep going against these really big guys? He went against Ryback for a while. He was going against Alberto Del Rio for a while. And he kept getting these wins. Like, why is this happening? He's got Rusev tonight. I'm like, well, he's going to win again. And no, I was wrong. But the first time I picked Kalisto to win, he then loses. There you go. I had just done that 3 months ago. But, see, actually, I like Kalisto, but I just don't like him going against these really big guys. I really don't. It doesn't make sense to me. But Rusev got the win, and he put that move on him. I can't even remember what he calls his finishing move, but it just reminds me of old school camel clutch, the Iron Sheik. But, I mean, he locked that thing on, and he really sets back on it. With Kalisto, was it on Raw? I mean, it looked like his back was making like a backward C, and just looked really bad for him. And tonight, he locked it in again and rolled it. He set back all the way to where he was sitting on Kalisto's feet and pulled him all the way up. And if that didn't hurt the man's back, I mean, really hurt it. I mean, I don't think it did, mind you, but that is something that if I was in that position, yeah, I'd be needing like multiple back operations. But But Kalisto's more flexible than I am. But not a bad match. But again, I don't like the. I think they might need to go old school cruiserweight. Something I've been saying for a while, but I don't think that's going to happen. I would actually like to see that come back. Next, the tag team titles. We had the New Day versus the Vaudevillains. I'm loving the New Day. I really am. Vaudevillains, I just don't think were ready for this step yet. I really think they were going to go Enzio and Big Cass until Enzio got hurt. I just don't think the Vaudevillains are quite ready for this spot. I think they need a little bit more experience on the main roster. I think they're good enough to be on the main roster, just not title worthy quite yet. And the New Day got the win. Like the New Day, I love their promos. They cut great promos. I absolutely love them. But really solid match. All in all, again, New Day, love them. Next, the Intercontinental title. And for me, it was by far and away the match of the night. The Miz is the champion coming in. We got versus Cesaro, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens. Whoever wins is the title holder. I mean, bumps galore, great moves. Everybody using finishing maneuvers, people getting kicked out, people getting saved. Oh man, really good match. And it was one of those matches that kept going and going and going. And when it was over, I wanted more and more and more. At the end, the finale of it was Cesaro was in the corner and he took out Miz. Miz was out there, or no, it was who did he take out? Was it Owens? Might have been Owens. And Sami Zayn comes in, gives Cesaro the kick to the head, and he's on him for the pin. 1, 2. Owens pulls him out, and Zayn loses his mind, runs around, chases down Owens, and started giving him the whooping. And Miz, who was already knocked out, slides in, kind of, slithers in, and gets the win over Cesaro. So Miz retains his title. A lot of people are going to hate that. I'm a huge Miz fan. Been a huge Miz fan for a long time. I'm glad he's holding the title. I really am. But every time I see him in a pay-per-view, I'm expecting him to lose. I always am. But he's held the title for, what, 2-3 months now? Which I'm happy with. I know most people are not going to be happy with that. But this is one of those matches where no matter who won, I would have been cool with it because they all look good. Last pay-per-view, I said Sami Zayn. He looked like he's getting almost there. He's about, last time I said, I think 90-95%. He's all the way back, moving great. Some of the stuff they were doing in this match was phenomenal. Just a great match from beginning to end. And then we go to a match I was really looking forward to, the Asylum match in the cage. You had Jericho versus Ambrose. It's like, these are two guys I love. This is going to be a great match. And it just seemed to take the air out of the room. It felt really slow paced. It just didn't have a great match. The crowd, maybe they were coming down from the previous match of how good it was. I don't know. But the air was out of the room. I mean, it was quiet at times in there. Ambrose got the win. They kind of went old school. Mick Foley tacks on the mat, and about 4 different times, each of the wrestlers, almost put the other one into the tacks. All said and done, Ambrose body slammed Jericho into those tacks. Ooh, you could see the tacks in his arm on both triceps, all over his back. I mean, it was a lot of them in there too. You see like blood kind of coming out from around the tacks, and that's gotta hurt. Mick Foley knows what I'm talking about. I don't know what it feels like. Mick knows what we're talking about. But again, it should have been. It felt like it should have been a lot better match. And I actually almost think the props and the cage took away from their just naturally good wrestling. That's my thought on it anyway. I don't know. But anyway, next we had the women's title. It was a submission match. Natalia versus Charlotte. Ric Flair banned from the ringside. So right at the bat, I'm like, okay, we're going to finally get a Charlotte match. where it's decided in the ring between the two women. No. Oh, come on. Let Charlotte just win a match or lose a match. Let's not have Flair interfere in everything. Um, Dana Brooke come out, which I was glad to see Dana because I think she's really, really good. Didn't like her in this spot. She comes in dressed like Ric Flair. She has her back to the ring, so all you see is the white hair and the robe, and obviously smaller than Rick, way smaller than Rick. So I didn't know who was coming out. I thought maybe Emma might have been coming out. Turned around, she took the wig off, took the robe off. Dana Brooke, which again I really like Dana Brooke, just not in this spot. And Natty at the time had a sharpshooter on Charlotte. She let it go, and next thing you know, Charlotte comes out, gets the figure four on, gets a submission. And I just didn't like it. I just did not like it. Another match where they interfered. Should not have had to interfere in this match. But this guy's opinion only. Charlotte still retains the title. And I really think what they're going to do is let her retain the title all the way up into maybe breaking the record of who was it? Nikki Bella. I think Nikki's the one that's got the record, I believe. Yeah, actually, no, she does because she took it from AJ Lee. Next, we have the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, an Extreme Rules match. So pretty much anything goes. And even earlier in the card, the announcer was saying that Gallows and Anderson were going to interfere in the match, and sure enough. But it was Roman Reigns against AJ Styles. I got ahead of myself there, didn't I? It's a good match. It was really, really good match. It's another one of those. I wish they could have just finished it. But Anderson and Gallows come in, laid a beating on Reigns, and before you know it, the Usos come in, laid a beating on AJ Styles, took the Gallows and Anderson out, put a whooping on both Reigns and wow, I had a brain cramp. Reigns and Styles. They had multiple kickouts. They had multiple used their finishing moves multiple times. Kept getting kickouts back and forth. Really good stuff. The Usos jumped back in to try to, put a whooping again on Styles. Styles grabbed a chair and just kind of round robin them, hitting them with chairs. Both Usos and Reigns just kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And finally, the Usos were out, and Reigns was out on the mat. Styles goes outside, gets ready for his flying elbow, which is a beautiful move. I mean, he just floats through the air and just lays that elbow, bam, beautiful. And he gets up there, Reigns gets up, jumps up off that top rope, getting ready, and Reigns nails him with a spear. Beautiful. Well timed. It looked great on TV as well. Looked great. And he got the 3 count. Match was over. Like, wow. I was like, this is a pretty good pay-per-view. I don't read dirt sheets, mind you, so I never know what's coming. I just watch it as it happens. Seth Rollins comes back. I didn't expect him back for another month, at least. Because that knee injury, that's something to mess with. And he comes back in, and it's really great to see him. Reigns is just kind of laying there still after the win, and Rollins puts the pedigree on him, grabs the title, holds it up. This surprised me. Got a huge ovation. The reason it surprised me because of how much it seems like people don't like him, and he got a huge ovation. I was really happy to see him. I like him a lot. And one of my friends was saying, I like his wrestling, but his voice is brutally bad. Kind of is, but I still like him. But that was the whole pay-per-view. I'd say, now my grading always goes like this. I can't include the Attitude Era. Because if I include the Attitude Era, pretty much every pay-per-view now is going to be a D or worse. So I get rid of the Attitude Era. I'm saying for about the last 5 years. So I'm giving about a B on this one. I thought it was pretty good. Had some down spots, some up spots. Really good. Next pay-per-view is, what is it? Money in the Bank, June 19th. I'm excited about that. I always like Money in the Bank. I hate it when they have the Money in the Bank. They have that walking around for for 8-9 months. I like them having it, using it within about 2-3 months, but that's probably not going to happen. But that was the pay-per-view tonight. Extreme Rules 2016. Let me know what you think about it. You guys have an incredible day.